In this video, I'm going to talk to you about how my experience with shoe shopping has changed over time, important factors I consider when I bring a new pair of shoes into my collection, and stay with me to the end of the video if you want to find out which pair of shoes I wear the most often. My name is Hava Schultz, and I am the host of this YouTube channel, a place where I provide inspiration and information to help you live a stylish, healthy, happy, minimal lifestyle. When I was younger, I really disliked shoe shopping because my feet were so hard to fit. My heels are extraordinarily narrow, so purchasing shoes online is absolutely out of the question unless I'm really confident about my size in a certain brand. Otherwise, they might arrive, and what often happens with shoes is that my heels slip out the back every time I take a step, which clearly is uncomfortable, but also when it comes to something like heels, that's not even safe. As I've gotten older, my love for style has really counteracted the frustration I had as a kid. Typically, I just don't get my hopes too high before trying on a pair of shoes, which as a result, whenever the shoes fit, it's like an awesome, exciting, happy surprise. I used to think shoes were very accessory and not essential to an outfit at all, and while my opinion on that has changed, that is still not entirely wrong, but to live by that philosophy, you need to have just the right pairs of shoes. Instead of doing that, I do have fun with my shoe collection, but you know how I feel about quality over quantity, so while my shoe collection is a decent size, each pair of shoes in my wardrobe does something that no other pair of shoes I own can do. It's true that sometimes I have an outfit that could pair well with multiple pairs of shoes, but each pair of shoes is going to give the outfit a different feel, a different flair, and a different style, making each pair of shoes unique. And the other thing is I don't really own any inexpensive, cheap shoes, just because, again, quality over quantity. In fact, the only pair of really inexpensive shoes I own right now are my $1 pairs of Old Navy flip-flops, which they don't even sell for $1 anymore, which shows just how old they are. So if you have any flip-flop suggestions, please go ahead and comment those below. I'm thinking about getting a pair of rainbows, but I just haven't made the leap yet. Another reason I feel really strongly about high quality shoes, especially ones you wear all the time, is because the soles of your shoes have the job of supporting your entire body. I don't even have foot problems or anything, but I've just heard from people who are older that have worn really cheap, unsupported, those really flat shoes, you probably know what I mean, kind of fast fashion-ish shoes, if you will, or high heels all the time for their entire career, or just not good supportive shoes, and then later in life they end up having foot problems or joint problems. And while I don't have any of that now, if I have the knowledge, why wouldn't I heed the warning? Anyway, today I am not showing you my entire shoe collection. This is just a sampling of some of my favorites in no particular order. In the description, I am going to leave you links to these pairs of shoes, or if the shoes are no longer being sold, I'll at least give you the link to the website of the brand who makes them. The first pair of shoes I want to showcase is my Soul Sana sneakers. I love these so much. They're extremely versatile. They're very ageless, but the interesting thing is on the back, they have this accent which makes them a little bit trendy without being something that's gonna go out tomorrow, because I'm really getting away from fast fashion because it's typically not good quality, it's very wasteful, and I wanna lower my impact on the environment and also not have to constantly be getting rid of stuff. These Soul Sanas are really great. They give me kind of the Adidas Superstar flair, but to me, they're just a lot more clean of a look, which means they can pair with more things, and I feel like the Adidas Superstars can't be dressed up quite as much, although I do love them. I really wanted them for a long time, I just don't own them right now. These kind of can be dressed up a little more, if you will, not too much because they are sneakers, but really fun, really neat materials, almost a leathery. I don't know if that's real or not. Really neat, just interesting and unique, and I love these shoes. My Superga avocado sneakers are a partnership actually with Superga and Avocaderia, as they put on the back here. Just quirky and fun. I love avocados, if you don't already know that about me. They're also a 1-inch platform, so they take me from 5'1" to 5'2". I feel really tall when I wear these, even though I'm still really short. My first pair of Supergas, which were solid white, served me very well until I dropped chocolate gelato on them. And that was the end of that because I couldn't get it out. They're just really quirky and fun. They have avocados, and that's pretty much all I gotta say about these. Everybody needs a classic pair of tennis shoes. These are mine. I have these Nikes. I love that the heels are narrow, like I mentioned earlier. That is still a concern for me as it was as a child. These laces and just the way they're made, I can pull them super tight for my heel to fit very well. So they're supportive. There's no issue with my heel coming out, especially when I need these typically for really brisk power walks and situations where I may be working my body a little heavier, maybe workout classes. So these are really fantastic. When I wear them, I just feel like everything is great. I feel so good because they're supporting me so well. And not every pair of shoes I own has the same level of support, but being Nike, that's a pretty sure thing. Also, I like the color of these a lot because they're gray, which is not as light as white, which I really do like light colors, but those show dirt so easily. Light pink, light white just tend to show, but it's also not as dark as black, which is the color of my old sneakers. That's not bad, just they stand out a lot more, and these days I don't usually want the sneakers to be the highlight of my outfit. The cool mint color as the accent is surprisingly versatile. It doesn't really clash with anything I own. And also, you know, I just love gray. I mean, look at my bedspread, look at my walls. These are actually brand new, so I haven't worn them yet, but I am really excited to now that it's getting a little chillier. I think these are probably better for cold weather. These are Marc Fisher. They're so neat. They're so different than anything I own. They lace up, really great materials, sort of a suede with this sort of furry exterior. I don't really have much to say about them other than look at these. Just look at them. I can't wait to wear them. Maybe I'll bring them on my next trip to New Mexico. When you need an adventure shoe, you cannot underestimate the power of the North Face. These were not cheap, but totally worth every cent. I've worn these in Colorado. I have worn these in Nevada. I'm really excited to wear these in New Mexico. They're waterproof, and of course, I've worn them in snow. I've used them to walk on ice, and when you wear these walking on ice, I did a hike at one point in Colorado where we were walking on ice. You don't have to worry about slipping because these have really good grip on the bottom. And the other thing is that these are not so tall that I feel like my whole leg is covered, but definitely I don't need to worry about my socks getting wet, which would make me so cold. A really high quality durable boot, gonna last probably for the next 10 years, and I'm so excited to wear them on more outdoor adventures. While we're on the topic of boots, and especially weather-specific boots, we cannot forget about my Hunter matte navy blue boots. I live in Houston, Texas, which you probably heard of because of all the flooding. Well, floods usually happen just once a year, and flash floods happen all the time. It's just part of living here, and it's really not as bad as it seems because you know how to adapt and deal with it. But that being said, you've got to own a pair of rain boots if you live in a place that rains like this. Something else that is sort of a bonus thing I want to tell you about is these boot trees. These help them keep the shape because otherwise these boots, and you can kind of see here where sometimes they fold over if I don't have it in there. These are just a nice enough boot that I really want to make sure I'm taking good care of them, so these help keep their form when I'm not wearing them. I got these at the Container Store. Stylish, fun, versatile, and keeps the water out. These are my Edelman low black block heels. I love the block. This is my first time having block heels. They're actually my first low heel that wasn't a character shoe, which is crazy to say because I hid my character shoes under my business suits so many times throughout high school and college. We don't even need to talk about that. These are really great because they give me that little lift. They're really versatile and they're ageless. Please never wear out. I love you so much. And because they're a block heel, they're really comfortable. I have some really awesome high heels. If you want a video where I talk to you specifically about my heels, just drop a comment and I'll consider doing that. But these are my favorites. My other heels are high quality. They're decently supportive considering what they are, but girls gotta love a low heel. Which is unfortunate, by the way, considering how short I am, but whatever. It is the way it is. Also for formal situations, I have my Steve Madden nude patent leather flats. I love flats because again, they're a lot more comfortable. Yes, unfortunately, flats are not as supportive as other shoes, but if you wear it in moderation, it's not a big deal. And I think these are really versatile. I'm not even sure how long ago I got these, but I was so grateful when I did because they go with so many things. I really enjoy these a lot, and that's all I gotta say. Another pair of Steve Madden shoes. I actually got these just last night. I didn't even know that I was gonna find these when I was planning to film this video for you. I could not pass them up. I got them at Nordstrom Rack. They were over 70% off, plus I was at the Clear the Rack sale, so it was an extra 25% off. These shoes started at $90, and I ended up getting them for about $21. That was an amazing deal. I'm so excited I got these. I'm very pumped. pun intended, even though I know these aren't pumps and I'm not showing you a pair of pumps in this video. They're really different. They're great for a sunny day. I don't know, I'm really excited about them. I've wanted a pair of wedges for a long time, but I've yet to find them. So these are a really neat close second, but I might end up liking these more than a pair of wedges anyway. And I don't need to punch an extra hole in these, which I didn't mention earlier, I forgot to. In my Sam Edelmans, I actually did have to punch extra holes in them to go around my ankle because my ankles are really small and that is often a concern for me, but I didn't have to do that with these Steve Maddens. The shoes I wear the most often are my Ugg Slippers. I spend so much time at my house. I work out of my house for every single one of my jobs. I spend time here with my family, and I do love to go out. I love to create new experiences, but the fact is, a lot of my life is based out of my house. So I wear these all the time, and these are actually my very first pair of slippers. I've had them for quite some time now, but even though they're not in the best condition and I've had a little bit of a mishap with them, they do still have a lot of life in them, so I'm excited about that. This is the steel color, which is kind of hard to find. It's not their most popular color. These are awesome, a round of applause. And again, you know, I love gray. I also didn't realize how much better life is wearing slippers all the time, because I actually realized that they are supportive and having that extra support as I walk around the house, especially because in my house we have tile, which is a little bit harder on your body. This has been a blessing, and I am never going back to the not slipper days of my life. I recommended 10 pairs of shoes. So now it's your job to recommend the 11th or 12th or 13th or so on and so forth, so that we can create a list of shoes for all of us here in the YouTube family to look through to get recommendations. If you want to support me on my quest to create for you full time, go ahead and like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!